One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2. G Nice, what's the word, baby?
Hey, another day, another dime.
What
You
you
know,
doing over there? What was you doing, man?
what was
Look
I
like you
doing?
look like you got weapons or something. What is that name? Explain the name, Mister
Mr. Santusa?
Mister Santusa. If you're
Yeah, if you're
nasty,
nasty, if you're
whoa.
nasty,
Okay,
it's
I can
River,
dig that.
is River, and that's not a misspelling. It's River Malay Santusa. So that's
Somebody
what we're
say
doing
hello
today.
there. Oh man. Okay, but explain the name, Robert Malay Santusin. Hello
Absolutely.
there, whoever that is on Facebook. We can't see your name. Say your name one time, and then that way I
What
can know who
what do
you
I
is.
need to explain though? What do I need to do to
What
explain?
it what how did you come up with that, and what does that mean? Robert Malay Santusin. It sounds like some type of
I
painter or something
no,
like.
so I actually came up with it the same day that we got Kirby. You remember Kirby?
Who's Kirby?
So Kirby was this ground squirrel I got in the house because my
What?
sister.
Whoa, what? Time out.
Yeah,
A ground squirrel. Did you keep
yes.
him?
Well, what happened was is my mom knocked him out the way with a broom. So they've decided that Kirby is our pet now. Yeah, so we used to take turns having him, and Dave would have him for a couple of days, and he'd give him to me, and we'd take him to work with us. And I was leaving on my dashboard, and so this one chick just gave up, and she was like, "Something's wrong with your car. You need to go look." I'm like, "Oh, that's just Kirby." And so that's that.
Boy, that is some weird shit, bro. So
Is
Lisa,
it?
what's up, baby? I am coming to Tennessee. That's some listen. I ain't messing with you today, man. What's going down, man? What's up?
I don't know. I've been checking on the news. It's been kind of quiet. One of the things that I thought we needed to discuss is people getting wills.
Okay, so explain it. I mean, I know what the will is. Somebody leave you something behind, or are you saying it from the sense
It's
of us making wills out for our kids, just leaving that physical record so people can know, what's gonna happen with the, what I mean?
yeah, it's about making sure that people take care of this, and you don't want to put that on your kids. And we going through it right now about my grandmother.
Right.
It's a nightmare. I mean, and most people are on board, but you get somebody that's not on board, and then you got a problem, and it's an issue. So I think we all need to be cognizant of that and just make sure that your kids are taken care of in the way you want them to be.
Yeah, man. I think that that's one of the reasons why I probably picked up that passion so hard for that insurance was
Mhm.
because, you see the lack of our people. Um, they not handling
Yeah.
like certain type of areas of business, like when it comes to stuff like that. And it's crazy, man, because I've been sitting down here in this basement, and it's like I was talking to my doctor today, and I'm having a problem sleeping. And so I was telling
Okay.
her, it was like, boom, I go over there, I can cut hair. I'm over here, I might be making beats, or I might be doing stuff for like another podcast. Then I could switch right over here to the drawing table and start working on a portrait. So when it's time for me to go to sleep, my mind won't shut down. And so she was just like, you got to try to figure out some different ways because they keep trying all these pills for insomnia. And it's like, man, they ain't working. And it's just like, man, I'm up to like 4, 5, 6 in the morning, man, because I might lay
I feel
down,
that.
but my
I feel
brain
that.
is just always going. You dig what I'm saying? And so I said all of that to say this. It's just like, I know that I get busy to the point where I do not be handling, like, what I mean, like little miscellaneous stuff. Yep, you right, see. Mind racing all the time. But
Yeah.
I kind of
I
feel
mean,
like, as black people, man, we not just me, but everybody need to like slow down. You dig what I'm saying? And start taking like
I
better.
don't, but I don't know how to do that. And like you were saying about the pills, and even trying to tell you that. I mean, I have to take two, right? I have a
You have to
morning
take
one.
two, like for what? Okay, in the morning, and then one at night for bed.
Yeah. So what
Okay,
it's designed to do is to level me out, right?
okay,
So I'm not up here where I don't sleep for 4 days, and I ain't
Yeah.
down here where I'm like, I don't want to do it anymore. Right. Um, so I get you, but there are things that will help you level out to the level you need to get support,
But
if that makes sense.
they ain't finna try to give me, you know what I mean? Because they had me on some fluidine, some type of thing that was sort of like
Oh,
a
fluoxetine?
antidepressant. Yeah, fluoxetine, and that
Yeah.
was like an antidepressant. And so I
Hmm.
tried that one, and then I winded up stopping it. You know what I mean? But now they
I'm
try
gonna
me
tell
on
you
this.
right now. I'm gonna tell you right now about fluoxetine. Fluoxetine is just a generic for Prozac.
Right, you did
Prozac almost ruined my life. Dead ass.
straight up.
I mean, I couldn't go outside at all. I would go from the bed to the
Wait 1 minute.
couch.
What do you mean you couldn't go outside? What happened? You was
I
scared?
could not. I Hey, outside was bad, man. And when somebody was talking to me
It ain't
about the
funny.
baby,
Listen, if
they
anybody is
did you
struggling,
know dead
it's not
ass.
funny, man.
Dead.
It's not funny. But listen, I did not know what you was saying. Like, was you looking out the
Look,
window? Was it like when we
she
was
was
tripping on
like,
acid that time?
it was kind of because this was in Iowa. And she's like, did you check the mail? I was like, you know damn well I can't go outside. Like, why would you say, you know
Can't
I
go
can't go
outside.
outside? Why would you say that to me when you know I can't go outside?
Why couldn't you
Disrespectful
go
as hell.
outside, bro?
Because hey, man, it was bad out there, man.
Like
And
what?
I ended up I ended up calling the doctor. I told her she was trying to kill me. Uh, because that's what it was. It was insane. So fluoxetine is not a joke. I would advise anybody to not take that unless you were in a situation where lithium doesn't work for you or whatever. But fluoxetine, Prozac, nah, that's not
Yeah,
a good move
they
for
keep reading it
anybody.
off. Like
Straight
every
up.
time I go to every time I go to the doctor, they read it off as like one of my meds. And like I told her, you know, with me, I'm a big prayer. And so when I pray about a situation, sometimes I feel like if I give it to God, it's a wrap. You know what I mean? I don't want to go pick up your pills. I don't want to take nothing that you told me to do. And I'll just go for it. So she was like, so how are you doing? I was like, it's the same. You know what I mean? It's just like, to me, what has happened is I think this basement has become a big sale for me. It's like, okay, instead of that little bitty box that I had in prison, now I got my bathroom and my shower right here. I
Hmm.
got my work
Hmm.
area right here. And it's just like it's the best because I don't got no celly. You know, my mom, she upstairs. I can talk to her, but she ain't worrisome. So she got her own space. And it's just
Yeah,
like I just like to be by myself. And that's it. And so I
dude,
think that's where I'm messing up.
dude.
You know what I mean? I'm lightweight, like antisocial. And so I
I've
think
been
that's my problem.
antisocial. I've been antisocial.
Yeah.
I went from the traveling every week to completely remote when I got here, right? And I didn't go outside. And there's, jokes about it. People would get salty and get all pissy, like, you ain't get dressed today. Duh. Why am I get dressed? I ain't going nowhere. That's a waste of clothes. And I'm going to just sit down and just do that.
Or just do it like we used to do when we was on the block, wear our clothes for like 3 days.
Man, hey, work the hell out of them. Then
Hey,
hit your ass out
whatever
with a
you hey,
cowboy.
whatever
Hit
you
a
put on
cowboy.
Monday, whatever you put
Hey,
on
that's
Monday,
it.
stay on until Wednesday or Thursday, you know what I mean? You go in and do the little wash up, but you know how it is.
Hey, the cowboy. That's what you do. And
You gotta go
you
take a
know,
cowboy and brush your teeth. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna
hey,
start
and then
drinking
you
and smoking
start
as soon as you wake up. But yeah,
man
I got Loco Los
already.
backstage, and I got something that I wanted to
Yeah.
talk to y'all about. I think that
Hmm.
me and you should really tackle the mental health thing. You dig what I'm saying? On a serious
Oh,
like
for sure.
subject. You dig what I'm
No, for
saying?
sure.
You know, where
Yep.
maybe we can do it like on a Sunday on a bare truth and maybe see if we can get some other people that might want to pop up, try to get like a panel and then talk about
I,
it, you know what I mean, for people
I
that's
think
having those
it's
issues.
I think it's important for people to feel like they can acknowledge that because we don't have that typically in our community. It's shunned or looked down upon about people having issues. I mean, you wouldn't do that to
Mhm.
somebody who got shot. You wouldn't treat them that way. So
Right.
just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not bad.
Right. And you know what? I was watching this podcast and a dude was asking one of the other guys that was in prison. He was like, "Did you ever
Mhm.
cry in prison?" And he was like, "Hell yeah." He was like, like when I didn't have nobody in the cell, he was like, and I was by myself, he said, I cried, and I gotta tell you, it's like, man, there was some times, what I mean, that first time when I first got to the joint, when I figured out that the walls had sunk in, like, man, I got all this time. It was like, man, that shit broke me down, man. Excuse my language, but man, I'm talking about it broke me down. And so on that level, black men is always taught that you can't be no punk. That if you cry, that's too much sensitivity. You dig? That ain't supposed to be for you. You got to be strong. And when you get
Y-
that, you dig what I'm saying? From where we come from, coming from the hood or coming from the block,
Yeah.
you don't necessarily go and talk about your issues. You know what I mean? If you got
You
something
know
that's
what it
messing you
really
up.
does? You know another thing it does? It teaches men to have a hard time dealing with darks, right? Because
Okay,
you
give me
don't
an
have
example.
that.
Okay, give me an example though.
If you are born and bred to feel like emotion is something you shouldn't have,
Right,
how do you deal with other people who do have emotions?
right,
You're not prepared. Um, you just out here dealing with what has been drilled in you.
right.
So yeah, not a good move. Not a good
Yeah,
look.
I can see it in a certain point. And if somebody is online, if somebody is in here and y'all watching us, what I mean, tap in with like
Yeah, they've
anything that
been
any type of comment or
commenting
something that you might
for
feel.
sure.
And I want to hear from a woman's perspective. I know we got Salisa
Hmm.
on deck. There's a Facebook user that okay, that might be Salisa, but then there's somebody else. And so if you feel like when a man is being too hardcore, would it affect his relationship with his daughter concerning fatherhood? Because I mean, I can see that being a problem because women are the emotional, what I mean, ones, you know what I
Right,
mean? And men is taught to
right.
like tuck their emotions. You got to be so
But
hardcore and stuff like that. And
but
so,
exactly, and that was my point.
yeah, but you know
You're not
something though,
conditioned.
but here's another thing though too, with them locking like all the black men up, you know what I mean? A lot of them being in prison or either addicted or just, out here crazy. Some of them have
Mhm.
just gone crazy. I ain't gonna even front. When I look at some guys
Yeah.
today, I really feel like you're mentally gone. You dig what I'm saying? There's a old school guy that we had that used to be at the house parties, man. And when I see him today, man, it's like he's through. You know what I mean? And not only, I mean,
Well,
not just to the pack that he's borrowing change for drinks. You know what I mean? You might seem bumming for change, but when you talk to him mentally, he's gone. But what I want to say from this perspective, now that the man is out of his character, he's off his square as a man in the household, the woman has to have that strength. You know what I mean? She's got to pick up that and try to be strong for her son. You dig what I'm saying? How does a female who has
oh
emotions, you know what I mean? And
no,
so it's
I
like,
get
yeah,
that. I
yeah,
think women are able to give so much to a child, right? Based on what they're doing, they're carrying. That's a lot of the times one of the first people that the child sees. I'm just saying that men should be able to take that role as well,
right,
um, regardless of your circumstances, right?
yeah,
Um, I met my dad once, but I understand what it is and what needs to be done when trying to get away from the aspect of I don't need emotions,
yeah.
right? And trying to get in that and say, all right, I need to look at this differently. Just because I've been raised to not care about anything, to not emote.
Hmm. And I'm gonna tell you something else that I was just thinking about as you were saying that. Um, Also, too, I was checking something out today, and this is what it basically said.
All
Why
right.
is it that growing up in a home, in a black home without the black father, is the norm? And I said, you know something, that's crazy because it damn near is. It's damn near like normal. You dig what I'm saying? Now you gonna find some families that might have a father there, or Shorty might have like a step, you know what I mean, father. She might have a boyfriend or something like that. And you know what I mean? But it seems like it could be the norm for us, for our people from growing up from there. And so then, like, what if you ain't got that black man that's there that can not only show you how to be strong, but to also show you that emotions is good? You dig what I'm saying? Because sometimes you got to get that stuff out, bro. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I could not wait to get out of prison. When I was talking to Transy, like, my last couple of days in the joint, my last couple of months, me and him lived
Mhm.
across from each other. So we used to eat every day. We work out every day. You dig what I'm saying? We do our laps at the end of the night. And then we always chill out, listen. He bring the music out, and we jam music and like, what you gonna do when you get out there? And I used to tell him, man, the first thing I'm gonna do, man, when I get home, I'm gonna cry. You dig what I'm saying? I was like, I got to get
Yeah,
it out. It's like, because it had been so many years of just built up, like so many funerals, so many setbacks, so many like losses and stuff like that. And it was just like, you always got somebody in a cell with you. You know what I mean? You always
yeah,
around somebody, whether you go eat, work out, take a shower, you go to the gym, it's always another dude around you. And it's just like, damn, you never get a chance to be vulnerable and break down. And it's like, man, shit, I can't wait to get to the crib so I can cry. You dig what I'm saying? So I can get this out of me, man. And I was telling my brother, man, like last night, me and him be talking a lot, my little brother. And like I told him, man, he goes through some things. And I told him, I'm gonna tell you something about tears. Tears washes your soul, bro. When you get that out of you, it's like washing that pain out of you. Sometimes you got to get that out of there so you can breathe and so you can move on to
yeah.
the next level. You know what I mean?
You,
So I don't know who
you
you are, but you might have to get that out.
no,
Go ahead.
I mean, I think it's requirement that
Yeah.
black men start letting themselves be vulnerable enough to cry, because holding it in is not a good move. I mean, that's how you get people that are wigging out, but
Hell yeah,
it
you
should
gonna
just
wig
be
out.
normal. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, and you know what? I mean, hey, I cried a bunch. I did not cry after my grandmother died,
Right.
which is weird. I probably need to talk to somebody about it, but I'm going to. Um, I refuse to. Why? I don't know, but that's where I am. But we don't, and it's probably going to spank me in the
Yeah.
ass at some point when I really am not anticipating it. But yeah, we got to normalize that. It's okay.
Hmm. Yep.
It's
Oh,
okay to have problems.
do you remember what Yo was saying? It's okay not to be okay. You dig what I'm saying? And so
Truth,
yeah, yeah,
truth.
and that's a
Yeah,
fact. So we might have to reunite that panel, man, and then do that mental health thing because
for
a
sure.
lot of guys, especially with the black community, they'll feel like it's
It's
off.
horrible.
I got a poem too, man, that I was working on. I think I'm gonna finish it up. I got a few more bars in this stanza, and I'm gonna be done with that. I
Okay.
think we need to plot that though. I wish that I could talk to like somebody who had like some type of degree that might want to join the panel. You dig what I'm saying? When we could talk about it, because the lady that I was talking to, man, she was so smooth and she was so down to earth. You know what I mean? It was like I sit there and when you go in there to talk to them, you got to be open. You dig what I'm saying?
You
Like
don't,
I be having some
yeah,
issues and shit, and I'll be like, well, I don't really want to be graphic. And she was like, nah, this is your time. She was just like, give it to me how you want to give it to me, and it's up to me to dissect it and break it down and try to give it back to you to try to help you. You know what I mean? Come up with some options. And so I told her I appreciate that, and it was so crazy. I went to the doctor today, and she asked me. My doctor was like, can I send this grad student in? You know what I mean? She's here shadowing me to get some help. So she was like, I got a lot of people going on. She's like, can I have her come in and check your blood pressure and stuff? As I got to chopping it up with this little chick, man, from Chicago, Shorty was so smooth. I'm talking about she was a white girl, but come to find out, we was talking about my mental health and, being in the joint. Her mom had been to prison. And, she might even be watching the podcast tonight. I don't know. But she was like, she wanted to watch the podcast. We got to chopping it up. And she was just telling me like different stuff, like about how, you know what I mean, this transition from doing a routine and how she had to be there for her mom. And so she understood everything that I was saying. And just when you think that this is some black people shit, white people know some stuff too. You
oh,
dig what I'm saying? And it's like
man,
never
it's a
count. Yeah,
collective. It's a
right.
collective. And I think as black people, I told you there's a whole book about it, but there's a chapter in it that's called White People Are Nosy and Black People Are Rude.
Okay.
It legit is, and it talks about the difference in how we communicate. Right?
Right.
Black people don't want you asking them a bunch of questions. If you
Right.
don't know them, you can't come up and ask black person how many kids you got, where you live. You can't
Right.
do any of that. But white people feel like that's what's expected. They should do that. Um, so yeah, when you start saying, "Hey, you seeing white people," they deal with the same situations that we do, and it's all about communication.
Yeah. Because I was listening to KRS-One, man, on hip hop, one of
Yeah.
his lectures, and he was
Uh-huh.
just saying he has white people that look out for him more than he look out for himself, or take care of him more than he take care of himself.
Hmm.
So he went back and he broke down some stuff that was really true. When you think about Harriet Tubman in the Underground Railroad, those was white people houses that they was staying at. He was like, those
Yep.
wasn't black houses. He was like, now
Exactly.
black people might have helped
Exactly.
him along. He says, so don't always be quick to stab the white person. He says, because there are some white people, and there have always been some white people that was willing to die for black people. That's just, what I mean, good, straight hearted white people. He was like,
For
and
sure.
when you really got love in your
Definitely.
heart, it ain't no color. You dig what I'm saying? You don't see no color when you just a good person. And I said, that's real. And I be appreciating the way that they treat me in there though too. When they talk to me, you open up, you leave out of there, you feel a little bit better. You dig what I'm saying?
I mean, color is such a social constraint. Um, we're just not that, especially black people in this country. None of
Yeah,
us are pure. We're all, how do you want to call it, tainted or whatever. We all got a mixture of everything. So
yeah.
it's just crazy that people will look at you and be like, "I got a problem with you." You're like, dude, you probably my cousin, like somewhere,
like
and you
like you
salty
talking
with
like,
me.
yeah,
Yeah, why
yeah,
you
straight
talking
up.
all crazy to me? We
Hmm.
might be related,
Right.
based on the situation, and you may not want to face it, but that's what it is. So,
Yeah. And
all right,
something, I got
go.
something that I wanted to talk to y'all about, and I'm gonna bring
What's up?
Loco Los in, and then I'm gonna play this
Yeah,
clip, and
bring him
then
in. Bring him in.
I'm gonna let y'all know what's going down. Loco, what's the deal, baby?
All
What's
right,
happening, BHM family? What's happening? What's happening? How y'all doing tonight,
Man,
bro?
slow motion, baby. What's good with you?
good man.
Man, same old thing. Blessed, man, every day, every day.
Okay.
You
Now
know,
listen, I'm going to play this clip real quick, and then it's kind of damn near we kind of damn near went there too without even knowing it though, G Nice, and it's crazy. But I want y'all to
Huh.
check this out. I think y'all might have seen it. Stuff is kind of new to me, but then this is what some stuff I was viewing today. But just check this out.
all right.
Why are you taking pictures of me? And I don't know you. Do you know a lot of white men are doing racist things in this world, sir?
No,
You don't know that? You're not aware
I'm
of
a
that?
racist.
You are a racist.
I'm a racist.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay? So
So
what's
what's
the
your
issue?
point? Why are you here?
Because this is a no zone.
Not really.
Oh, is it?
Not really, sir.
Tell me.
There's not a not zone. I'm here. And what
But
I'm
you
about
don't
to
live
do,
here.
what I'm
But
about
you
to
don't live
do,
here.
I do. I stay here. What I'm about to do,
Yeah.
me and my friend, we about to record our video,
Okay.
and you not gonna do a motherfucking thing about it. Y'all hear me?
That's fine. Let
You
me.
not
I'll tell you
gonna
what.
do
What do you?
thing. I don't want to hear you say nothing.
Oh, I'll tell you what though.
You just not gonna do another thing. So
Why?
as y'all see,
You're
can't keep
filming
the
me
camera.
doesn't stop
Yeah.
me from doing things.
It doesn't mean I'm about to record my video
Okay.
and not gonna do anything
Okay.
and let you try to touch me. Let you try to touch him.
Well, I wouldn't touch
Let you already disrespecting me. Can you step back a little bit? I feel like you harming.
We are 6 feet.
Yeah, no. I need you to step back. So don't listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm gonna lay your down.
That's okay. You're gonna.
It's okay. I'm gonna lay you down. I'm gonna lay you down.
You are.
Yeah. So
You ain't.
just stay where you at.
You ain't
And
man enough.
it's okay. You don't gotta think I'm man enough, my baby. Yeah, just keep it walking. And it's gonna be like that today, y'all. I hope y'all seen all of that. I am a famous YouTuber. This is actually his establishment. So anybody,
Man,
Wow, yo.
hey, hey, listen. He said, "I'm gonna lay you down." He said, "Listen, I'm gonna lay." He told him that was a no nigga
Nigga
zone.
zone. Yep. That's
Yeah,
what we're
like
saying.
in Scottsdale, Arizona. Okay, so listen. So
So
as
we're
I
gonna
was
talk
watching
about
that,
that.
yeah,
Oh man.
but listen to this. This is
Go
what I
ahead.
want to.
Go
This
ahead.
is what I want to. Here go the question right here.
All right.
Why is it bad for him to say the N word, but it's cool for us to say the N word?
I don't honestly. I try to abstain from that, just because it ain't cool, right? And if we don't want to be called it, we need to scale it back. Now we know that it's been like an internal thing, right? I mean, shit,
Right.
we can say it to each other, but anybody else that say it to us, that's their ass. But why do we even say it to each other? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why do we even say it to each other? I mean, we need to ease that out of our vocabulary. Period. In
Yeah.
my opinion.
Okay. What you think, Loco?
Oh, man, out here where I'm from, man, where I'm at, bro, that's like a regular for white people, man. I hear them sling that word around more than I do. Yeah, I mean, I try not. I try to refrain from saying. I don't say it a lot.
Yeah.
Because I got two mixed step kids, so what I mean. That's hard enough for them. But yeah, I
Oh
try not to
yeah.
say that too much, man. But it's heavy out this way though, bro. They don't care, man. I hear them
Shit.
just
That's
be
how
hearing
you.
like
That's how they
casual
get.
conversation,
Yeah.
bro. I was like, dang. But you know, what I mean, me honestly,
White
though, that
dudes. White
hey,
dudes.
women, white
Oh
women,
no.
dudes.
Hey
Come on,
man,
bro.
I tear the
But
front.
I mean,
I tear their whole face off.
I mean,
And but listen, it's something about when they say the word that makes you so mad. But listen, okay, now
no,
listen.
no, but check this out though. But see, you just say how you just said something about how we say it in like casual conversation about that's how they do it.
Hmm.
You
But
But
know
to me,
what? It's guess what? You can call your own mama a bitch to yourself, but nobody else better call your mama a bitch.
I mean, they
And
don't
you
they
ain't
they,
like,
they, they don't be saying
that's
it
a problem.
but see, they don't be saying it
No,
like toward anybody. What I mean, they just be having
no.
they get through their conversation.
That's
To
what the
me,
word is. That's what the
man,
word is. In
hey, but Gina,
any
hey,
way.
to me though, to me though, you know, I mean that word don't affect me because I know the definition of it. So I'm the
Oh, of
type of guy,
course.
man, that as long as you ain't in my personal space, we cool. You can say what you want to say about me or to me. You know what I mean? As long as you ain't in my
Yeah. I mean,
this. And I'm
maybe
keeping
you
pushing,
should.
man.
You're a
Uh
lot calmer than I am, because I get upset, and once I'm angry, it's a problem. I
yeah.
I
don't know how
think
to dial it back.
yeah,
So
I hear
Okay.
you.
And so
It's
so here's the situation though. Now listen to this.
mhm.
Um with the Spanish that's kind of let's say off the islands, let's say Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, a lot of those are mixed with black people. You dig what I'm saying? That's how they originated. So the word Niger or like nigger, Niger, just meant black. You know what I mean? In Spanish, it just meant that that's where they was black. I mean, I can even read it in the Bible sometimes. And Acts, they was saying one of the guys he was a Niger, and just saying that was the region that he was from, and that he was a black person. And so then it says when they came over here, they decided it was negra, and then as the word nigger was supposed to be anybody that was unlikable during the trade of fur and stuff like that. If he was a con artist, any person that was scheming on stuff like that, he was considered that. So then the white man started calling black people that in slavery, like, oh, that nigger boy, saying that he's a not good person or he's not a good slave. And then that's how it went. Then all of a sudden it turned
yeah,
into advertisement, into like, the movies, the cartoons, the black guy with the big lips and the big nose, really black, you know what I mean? And all the like hair care products, and they're using that to call them like niggers. And then they said all the way down into like the movie Superfly, or either
of course.
the Mac. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So now
yeah.
black people just taking the word, and then they made it cool for themselves, just because, okay, if this is what you're gonna call me, we gonna try to make it cool. And when you think about it, when we was younger, man, we said the word,
Yeah.
and
Well,
yeah,
we did. I would like to get down to the roots of how it transcended generations, right?
yeah,
I mean, this wasn't a continuous thing, right? Recall that, then it kind of dipped off, and a lot of people I know, older people or people that have died, they didn't use it.
Mhm.
So we have to wonder how it got up and it spread. Yes, the record industry is a big proponent of it. The film
NWA,
industry, Well, yeah, the
Remember?
film industry.
NWA, bro, they took it to the
Yeah.
max.
Well, and all of those, they stand to benefit
Mhm.
from us running with it. But we're dealing with kids that come from kids that come from kids that were not prepared to tell them that you don't have to operate that way, right? That's a mentality. If you in a nigga mentality, you gonna operate like a nigga. And I don't think that's hot for anybody. Honestly, I mean, it ain't cool. Why?
Hell no.
Yeah, yeah. What is your definition? What is your definition of nigga anyway? What?
Well, to me, I still
Oh,
think it's ignorant. Some people will try to,
yes.
use the
Mm,
metaphor, never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. I've heard people say that. But if you look at it in the
Tupac.
dictionary, it is a person that's, you know what I mean? It was like a person that was kind of corrupt, evil. I don't know if it was so much on the lines of a thief. You dig what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But like when they said back during the days when they had the fur trade, when people were scheming and scamming on you, they used to call him a nigger. You know what I mean? Because he tried to get over,
Mm,
he tried to pull one over on you, just meaning that he was a bad business person. So then
Mhm.
all of a sudden, when they started getting into the business of slaves trade, they started calling him like, okay, that nigger, because it started off, okay, that nigger Jason. He tried to pull one over on my head, you know what I mean? Saying that he
Yeah.
was he
right.
was slick or cunning.
Right.
Then next thing you know, it comes down to okay, that slave is a nigger, you know what I mean? Because he ain't no good, or he try to run, he rebellious, or and then my biggest point is that they when I looked at it, man, the history of it, man, it shows like so many, like say for instance, what's the Huckleberry Finn, or and you know what I mean,
Oh,
the
that's
books and
horrible.
stuff like that. Y'all, man, they had a
You
book, man,
know,
where they said the nigger word like over 200 times in a
but
book. You dig what I'm
but but
saying?
but but let's talk about this though. So if you ask the average white person, they don't know
Mhm.
what cracker means,
Right.
right? And they don't get the concept of it being
A
somebody out
derogatory word.
with the slaves, and they got the whip, right?
Hmm.
And it makes a cracking sound. So that's how cracker evolved.
Right.
Mhm. Mhm.
But I know that as black people, we got comfortable with a nigga,
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
we did,
and
Right.
that causes a lot of things.
a
Because,
lot
like,
of
for
problems.
instance, yes, because like, see out here, bro, they they use that as a weapon to get a trigger out of a black person. But if you got a certain mentality, man, you don't let things like that bother you, man. You keep moving. But like to them, that's a weapon out here. You know what I mean? They say nigga,
Yeah,
they know you gonna get busy, be ready. There you go in jail, sitting there looking crazy. You know what I mean? Because you let somebody say
yeah,
nigga and then it tips you off. You know what I mean? So,
and that's
uh,
jazz. You know, you
but
pull
but
it,
but but
that's
see,
jazz.
yeah, but see, a lot of the black people out this way made it that way though. See, I ain't from around here though, so
Of
I mean,
course.
I'm gonna keep it moving,
Yeah.
man. You know what I mean? That don't bother me though.
Right.
But I mean, to them, they
Word.
already see how it made these people out here act, so they automatically think that all black people gonna react the same way. So
Yeah.
they
Well,
that's
right.
why I say they use
Well,
that as a weapon out there.
Right.
but it's
Okay.
on us.
Now let me ask you this though, from this perspective, do you think
Yeah.
that Pac is cool when he says never ignorant, getting goals accomplished, trying to take it and make it and trying to turn it into a positive? Like, so if we're gonna use the word, let's at least be positive about it. You think that that's cool, or just you know what I mean, just get away from it?
I mean, it's easy to just jump out there and find something, to make it an acronym. I just feel like, yeah, we need to get away from it. You know what? So that way, when anybody says it, we have the right to
To
get that ass.
I wish I could show
You
y'all
know what I'm
this one
saying?
video.
To
Listen,
get
man,
that ass
listen. I got a
about
video,
that bullshit.
but I wonder, like, if videos are showed on Facebook, then I mean, they pretty much cool, ain't they?
Yeah.
If
Nah,
you take it
that's
off of
not
Not,
Facebook,
not,
always
not,
true.
not, not all of them though. You know what I
Nah,
mean? But so you might go to Facebook jail if they don't like some of your
yeah,
content.
yeah.
They're gonna
You been
block
and
you in
got
there, bro.
yourself a you been and got yourself a sentence.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, you can get
with
kicked
And
no
I
out.
don't
bond,
need to be
with no
involved with
bond,
that.
bro. Hey, bro,
Hey,
you don't get no bond either, bro. You got to sit your whole sentence out. You
I'm
gonna
on
get
the
out.
thread. I done been to Facebook jail so many times. I mean, I'm on the thread right now. You gonna get me banned like I'm banned from Twitter. Still banned
Yeah.
from Twitter.
Are you?
I never even
Man.
And
had
I
a
didn't
Twitter
even say
account.
anything though. But I didn't really say anything that
Yeah.
was out of the way, kind of. You
Hey,
know.
but
He
you
said-
but listen to this though. So what do you think about this right here, Loco? Even as we speak upon like the word, okay, taking nigger and then trying
Mhm.
to turn it into nigga, you know what I mean, and trying to make it a positive. I'm with y'all. I feel it's all bad. I feel like as black men, we got to create a new cool, and we got to try to teach our kids that people that was calling us and mistreating our ancestors and our people, they really got down on them and they use it as a derogatory word, you know what I mean,
Mhm.
to really hurt our people. And we struggled, you know what I mean, coming through that. And you know, and that right there can mess with them, you know what I mean? It did mess with them far as them
Yeah.
coming up and making moves and getting places and stuff like that. So I think it should just be erased from the vocabulary. But when you say it like that, like say for instance, did you not know? And I was checking this out that when African Bambaataa and them first started hip hop, like in 1973, hip
Mhm.
hop was supposed to be a coalition to take gangs and to stop them from fighting. And that's
Mhm.
how the breakdancing became into battles and stuff like that. And listen, it's so crazy because we was over here in Indianapolis and me and Lizzie was in like Rock Island and we was breakdancing and we used to battle against guys. But that's how it used to be. Instead of fighting, you used to have your crews pop and break against each other. You dig what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
so now, when you look at it like on what hip hop started to now, it's even reversed because now look at the lyrics. All the
Yeah.
lyrics is like, you know what I
They
mean? I
turned it
kill you,
around.
Well,
man. You can get killed.
well,
I
the
mean,
the difference is what it used to be is cats like we're talking about stories that we went through or that we knew happened from other people. These
mhm.
cats are out here like, you know what? I'm a legit go out here and kill somebody so I could rap about it. Like, no, dude, you got a
Man.
job. Like, what's wrong with you? Why you out here reckless like that? Like, you legit out here killing people?
Yeah,
Like,
Man.
man, like
Hey,
that's not hot.
I
It's
recall
just not.
one of y'all podcasts. I don't know if with the ball head other y'all was talking about that, and I was telling Barry, you know what I mean? It's like them dudes in Chicago, man. I mean, that's what they do. They be all over Instagram live, you know what I mean, telling what they gonna do. They beefing with each other. Fans watching it, like, you know what I mean, fans, they telling
Uh,
stories of who shot. I mean, like that's the stuff with who the little
that
dirt
is
and all of them. Man, I mean, they all you gotta do go to their page, bro, and just watch it, and they'll tell you the whole. You
hey,
can find out who did what to who, and how
that
FBG
is
Duck got killed, and he did it,
yeah.
and they talk about it, man. And you know, it's just sisters,
Hey,
man. It's just it's crazy, man. How it don't take much now, dude, for you to get you know what I mean, be out here rapping and get make an album, man. You gonna
right.
pop
look,
somebody, man.
look.
Come back and
That
tell
is
about it. So
not a way to be successful at crime.
it's not. It
No,
ain't no.
no. But you know, when I really looked at the whole motion of what like listen, dude, okay, you got African Bambaataa, you got
Mhm.
Kool Herc, and you had Grandmaster
Mhm. The
Flash.
Flash. Yep.
Yeah, now listen to this. African Bambaataa was a journalist, man. First he was a gang leader. Then all of a sudden he won a journalist contest and he went
Hey,
over to Africa. You dig what I'm saying?
didn't
What's
he
up?
get burned though? Didn't they
Who?
pop his ass off?
Who? African Bambaataa?
Yeah.
For what? Because I mean, only thing I know is that you know he started off with the gang leader thing, but you know he started the coalition, right? And so the dude, he was literally taking hip hop like to China, to like different countries because they had went on tour. You dig what I'm saying? And setting up Zulu Nation headquarters and teaching
Mm.
people like the four elements. It was the four elements of hip hop was DJing,
Right.
rap, graffiti, and
Play
breakdancing. But
dancing.
then they
Yep.
added then they added beatboxing to it. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Because of Dougie Fresh, Fat Boys, and all of them. But
Mm-hmm.
listen, the whole movement was like peace, love, unity, and safe partying, like enjoying and being about peace. And so, like they said that my man Grandmaster Flash was like an electrician. He just couldn't get no job in the Bronx. He couldn't get no job. So they said the man took like a microphone thing that was an on and off switch, and he learned how to use it as a mixer and started learning how to scratch with it. And so he gave the idea to all the kids in the neighborhood, and that's how they started DJing with the scratching and everything like that. They started making their sounds. And so, like Kool
Hmm.
Herc, he comes from Jamaica, And so they used to have like little records, but then on the other side they had the instrumentals. So they used to spin the instrumentals, and then you spin the other one, and then Jamaican dudes used to jump up there on the instrumentals, and they say what they want to say to get the crowd live. Then all of a sudden it just turned into rapping. And said it
Hype
turned into
man.
like block parties and stuff. But it killed me when he was talking and he said, "Man, the whole movement was love," because he said, New York City had like so many gangs instead of people. He said, "Man, when hip hop really took over in 1973, they put down the guns and the knives and stuff like that, and they started breakdancing against each other, rap battles. That's how you get the South Bronx, you know what I mean, battling with
Mhm.
MC Shan and them over there in Queens, you know what I mean? And it's just like,
Yeah.
damn, like that was so dope to do that. And then now look at hip hop. Look at where hip hop is.
It was respected as an occupation at that point, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dudes looked at them like they had a contract and they were out of all the other shit. Just like when you have dudes go to NBA, MLB, NFL, right? You kind of look at those dudes like these are the ones that are going to excel out of our hood, right?
Yeah.
Uh, so you used to leave them alone, but now it's changed out. It's like, yo, these dudes that are wild are like, I'm gonna get on the track and I'm gonna talk some crazy shit, and they
mhm,
about that shit, and that was never the thing before. It was not.
I
no,
think it's just the change of times, man. You know, like you said back then, they used to rap about a party. You know, man,
mhm,
party used to be
Mhm.
fun, and the atmosphere used to be a fun
Mhm.
atmosphere. It's just nowadays. I
Yeah,
mean, when the last time you heard somebody having a house party, man?
or like Melly Mel, like broken glass
Yeah,
everywhere. People pissing in the stairs, and just
yeah,
don't care. He
yeah,
telling you about a real live situation that's going on in their apartments, and it's like, boy, that was great. Or like Curtis Blow, 8 million stories. Or we playing
mm-hmm.
basketball.
I
It's like,
mean,
Yep,
man, it's like, damn, hip hop used to be like so fun. Now when you be listening to the music, I'm talking about you could listen to the
it's
radio
it's
and Kodak Black be saying some stuff, man.
you
I'd
don't
be like,
understand what you're talking about. When he say word, what word is
eh,
that? You look at me,
what
man.
is
like,
he saying?
Hey,
I'm
you'll
gonna
get
chase
up
you around like a
angry.
fly.
You'll be
If I don't
angry as
get you,
hell by about 11 o'clock in the
eventually I'm gonna
morning.
catch you and clap you. I'm
Angry.
like, what? What did they? He said, if you
Be
raise your
like,
voice too
I'm
loud,
gonna kill
I'm gonna
your
go get the
mama.
scrap. He's like, yeah, if you raise your voice too loud, I'm gonna go get the strap. I was like, he was like,
Like,
and don't make me beat her hoe down. And I'm like, beat her up for what? Who did anything for you to jump on her? Like, what
cause
is
she made
going
him go
down?
get the strap. She made him go get the strap. That's
man,
what
Because
that
that
you
is
dude,
ra-
right there,
because
man,
you raised your voice too
man.
loud.
That
it
shit
took so
wild.
long. It took so long for that little dude to grow on me, like certain songs. You know, see, he has
Kodak
a couple
Black.
of good. Man, yeah,
Kodak
he got a
Black.
couple good. Yeah, I did not like
Mm,
that dude for the longest time, bro.
yeah, I'm judging you right now,
I'm
bro.
a fan of.
I'm judging you.
I, but listen though, Gene, I show you out. But see, I like music. I'm a fan of hip hop. So you know, what I mean, I can't really
Can,
be a judge until those
can I?
cats that really don't know no
Hey,
better. You know, I mean,
can I
like so.
pause you for a second? Can I
Yeah, go
pause
ahead,
for a
bro.
second?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. My name is Robert Malay Santucin. So
All right, sorry about that,
I
Mister Santucci.
no problem.
Man,
Thousand
All
pardons,
right, go
Mr.
ahead.
Mr. Santucin
Santucci.
had a pet ground squirrel, fam. That motherfucker ain't got no sense. You dig what I'm saying? Nobody listening to him, man. He had a ground squirrel taking him to work. You know what I'm saying? I ain't listening to him, man. Listen to this.
It's
CG said,
Kirby, man.
listen, CG said,
It's
ain't no more home parties anymore. I remember those when I was little. Times done changed too much. You know something, CG? You're right, because that's when it used to be love. Man,
Yep.
we used to go to Rock Island, fam, and I'm gonna tell you something. You knew where the house party was at because there used to just be crowds of people walking on this side of the street. You see people, girls. You see who clique that is over there. That's such and such, and them. Oh, y'all going to such and such party? Oh man, people be standing on the corner. We go in there. We might drink out the keg. We dance. We go home.
dude.
You dig what I'm saying? It
We
was
were we
nothing,
were we were late
Slogan.
teens,
Yeah,
early 20s. I mean, it just
right?
ain't the same. I
it
mean,
ain't the same.
there
No.
are no house parties right now because I ain't
Mm.
willing to people houses like that. I don't have time for whatever bullshit that might be going on, and I just keep my
Yeah.
ass at the tip where I know
No, it's
what's
safe.
happening.
Yeah,
Fuck all that.
yeah,
I'm
for
not going
real
to
though.
nobody
I'm
goddamn house party.
Right. I don't know who this is right here. Listen to this comment. He says rappers were, it might be a
Older.
lady, were a lot older back in the day when they got
That's
on.
true.
Now they only sign young
Zion
artists.
Young and Marcus.
But you
Yep.
know what? I think that they were still young though
uh,
too. Because
I don't think
they had
that's
a
a
lot of them.
valid. Yeah.
Yeah, because Fresh Prince was young, Special Ed was young. A lot of
Oh
the
yeah.
rappers, A lot of the rappers
Well,
was young. You dig what I'm saying? Back
uh,
during that time, yeah, coming from New York, it was a lot of
you,
young rappers that was getting on. You dig what I'm saying? Because when
but
Rakim
you
first
also
came,
had
we didn't even know that he was like 17. You dig what I'm
right.
saying?
But
That man was highly
Jay,
intelligent.
He
look at
had a full
Jay.
beard and he just talked so smart. You dig what I'm saying?
Look,
Yep.
Jay was 26, going on
Right.
27,
When he
right?
first dropped his solo.
Right.
Reasonable
Him was
doubt.
Right,
Reasonable
on.
but
doubt.
remember, he was with Jazzo. He was the DJ for Jazzo. I remember Jay Z
Well,
came
yeah,
down here, man. That nigga, he dissed me, man. I'd have called
Hawaiian
the N word.
Sophie,
Yeah, I'm
Hawaiian
gonna take that
Sophie.
back.
Hawaiian
Gotta take
Silky fame. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hawaiian Sophie.
Yep.
That was Jay. That was Jay.
yep.
His first introduction. But when
So,
he got
hey, so let me ask y'all a question.
live,
Where do y'all think hip hop took a wrong turn at?
I
who?
just think it's listen,
The
every
music,
you
hip
know,
hop, where you think it took a wrong turn out?
okay. Well, one thing about hip hop is a culture. You dig what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And so even if you take like the five elements, whether it's DJing, breakdancing, rapping, and then what am I missing? DJing, breakdancing, rapping, and graffiti. It was graffiti. My
Graffiti.
fault. Graffiti.
Mhm.
Okay, so you're using all of these things to express yourself. So everything that we do as black people, we always express ourselves in it. And so just notice how when life take a turn, we take a turn. When the crack hit, because I mean, they had to talk about that for the epidemic over in New York because it hit Cali in '83, it hit New York in like '85. Then it started migrating towards the Midwest in like the late '80s. Cause you remember, I remember
88.
like
88.
yeah, yeah, like '87, '88. Cause I remember
Mm-hmm.
I had family members that used to sell powder, and then all of a sudden I came back to the crib to nap one time, and they had hard, and it
Lord.
was going down. And I'm talking about the whole block
Yeah.
was on. You dig what I'm saying? You could see it, the whole block was going. So then when I come back to the crib, it's like, okay, it's here. And just the things that people were doing for crack, it was
Man, it was
crazy.
crazy back
You dig what
then.
I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna take an episode on the Bear Truth on that one Sunday, and we're gonna talk about the crack epidemic. But that hurt us, bro. That hurt us a lot because a lot of family members, mothers and fathers were off their square. And if they wasn't off their square because they smoked it, then they was going to jail because they sold it. And so now you
But
start
you know
looking
what
at all this money. Look at that's how the trapping came. That's
but you
how the
know what
trapping was introduced into there.
that is when you got the complete flip in the child parent relationship. Right? Because if you
Mm-hmm.
in control of the money and you paying bills, how
Yeah,
you gonna
it
tell
ain't too
me
much
what
you
to
can
do?
say.
You can't tell me
Yeah,
shit. You need to
I'm
go
trying
up
to tell you.
somewhere else. And now I'm in control of this joint. And that's how it used to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do this. What do you mean? Dog,
Hey,
you just
really?
live here. You just live
Hey,
here.
Yeah.
and you remember that time when Kevin Hart said his dad let dude Stanley beat him up, and then he's gonna try to come home and whoop him? Like, you want me to go get Stanley? How come you didn't do that to
Right.
Stanley? Like, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, when you got the money, it's like, hold on, you can't. How you gonna like and I
You
hate
run
that,
the
man,
spot.
because
You the man of the house, and it
we
sucks.
know,
It
Well,
shouldn't
but
have to
basically,
be
yeah,
that
yeah.
way. That's
well,
not
not
good.
my mom and them. They was never on crack, so that didn't work at our house. You
Well,
could dig what
we're
I'm
Mine
not
either.
saying?
talking about
Yeah, it
Mine
didn't.
that.
either.
Yeah, it didn't.
No, mine
Yeah,
either. Mine
right.
either.
It
But
did.
there
Yeah,
was
it
still
never.
some of the
But you see it.
situations where it ended up
No,
that
Yeah.
no.
way.
Listen, I seen it up close and personal to the point where I hate to say it, but I sold dope to some of my guys' mom. You dig what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I rented her car out
Hey,
for
it
dope, and
happens.
they knew it. And they knew it. Like, man, only thing she wanted
And
is
it
like something. She's like,
happens.
give her a bumper. You can have a car.
It
I got to
happens.
get the car so we can go out. You dig what I'm saying? And he know it, and they
Look,
know it. It's like boom. So
you
we
go
used to
up,
rent his my car.
Yep.
you go up to a crib, and you like, and it's a regular. So you go up to the tip, and you go in the door, and there's somebody in there that you know. You like, damn, this is hella awkward. Like,
Yeah.
oh, they
It's a
like, this is my aunt. You're like, ooh, all right,
dang.
well,
What you doing over
yeah,
here? Oh,
right. Hey, your
yeah.
aunt be doing a lot. Your aunt
I'm
be out
trying
here
to tell
doing a
you.
lot.
Yeah.
She busy
Yeah.
as hell. She
Hey,
busy as hell with
but
her
I'm gonna tell
mouth.
you something.
Like,
But I'm gonna tell you something. When I'm on that grind, everything is serious. I don't care who you is. It's about business. It's
fuck
about
it.
money, and this is what
True.
it is. It ain't no such. Don't talk to me about this, and I don't want to hear the word nephew and all of
Oh
that. I
yeah.
don't want to hear none of that. The
Oh
only
no,
thing I
no,
want to
none of
know is
that.
like
None
what's
of that.
going down. You dig what I'm saying? We ain't
Yeah,
gonna do
man.
none of that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
man. But
they,
I say that
Be like,
crack
it's
tore us down.
unfortunate.
Yeah, but I think Los, to answer your question, and then you just think about it. I missed a lot, man, by being in prison. We hear like some music, but when I got out, it was definitely a culture shock for me. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because also too, you have so many people that do meth. It's like young people do meth, black people do
Oh,
meth, girls, it's
That's the
like
new crack,
I
bro.
know.
That's the new it now, man.
That's
Crack
that's
now,
crazy.
dude. I know. In some place, Tennessee, you can't even get crack no more like that. That's all meth down there, buddy.
you see
You
what I'm
know what I
saying?
mean? If somebody needs some crack,
Hey,
you SOL, bro. They gonna yeah, nah, we
hey,
ain't got that no more. They got this. Man, it's crazy,
Los,
man. It took up.
I had to do it for you today.
Let me
What is
see.
So
that?
Sorry.
What does it say?
so-
Well, I can't read it.
sorry for what happens later.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry for what happens later.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh man, I
He
ain't
be
was
listen to
on
getting
that.
him,
ahead
man.
of it, man.
But when I
Oh
okay, so
shit.
in like the early 2000s, I started to see the pill thing kind of take off,
Yeah, it
and
did.
now,
Mm, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I
So I
mean,
see the pill
pills.
thing, yeah. But I'm talking about the prescription pills. I did not know, you know what I mean? Because I popped a few X a few times. I can count on one hand
Yeah.
how many times I did X. You dig what I'm saying? It's cool. It just wasn't my thing. You dig what I'm saying? And
No, I feel you.
yeah, I just you know what I mean. Okay. Yeah, it just had me tripping so much, and I was just like, I don't like that. It's too long. It's too weird, and you know what I mean. I can't folk like I didn't like it. You dig what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I stick to my liquor. You dig what I'm saying? And my
Nah.
cigarettes and stuff like that. Yeah,
Hey, I used to get hype with it though. I would so I got in this car accident with my homeboy Aaron, and they kicked me down with some oxy, and this is like
Oxycodone. That's what that.
99. This is like 99 though. So they kicked me down with those, and then they kicked me down with some Flexorol, which is a muscle relaxer.
yeah,
And there, I used to operate. I mean, I was sitting there on those and drink a 40, smoke half a blunt, and just lay there paralyzed.
yeah. Now, I
So
think the
that's why,
closest thing me and Kiki had was like Vicodin. You know what I mean? When we
no,
got into our
Viking.
car accidents. But I'm saying, man, you take some Vicodin and you mix it with some liquor, boy, you sure feel good. It'll sure relax you. But I mean, that's
Absolutely, which is my point.
man, that's the most that I ever did though. So, but now I come home and it's like everything is everything. CG right. The fentanyl. Let me read this last one. She says they take
Well,
risk
that's the
on young
problem.
artists because they get broke right off, then they live or die. The artists are worth more dead in these record companies. What happened to the genuine folks that truly
Absolutely.
care? Just sad. Cover
Hmm.
our kids, Lord.
Hey,
Now,
no lies told in that statement. No
right.
Nope.
lies told.
And then like the
But
fentanyl, you dig what I'm
fentanyl,
saying? It's
yeah,
terrible these days too. It's a
Yep.
big
that's
killer in
why
our
they can't
region.
do that though. That's why these kids need to be scared of it because the drugs are not what we did back then. And mine will say all the time, like, "Oh, you used to do it." I'm like, "Yo, we didn't have to worry about what was in the pills.
Right.
Y'all gonna take something that'll kill you. You're gonna snort something
Hmm.
that will take
It's
your
gonna
ass
kill
out
you.
today. It's a
Yep.
different world, and you
It's a
can't
different
Right.
look at
world.
what I
Totally
used
different.
to do and figure that what that is justification for you doing it. Like, yo, I'm just trying to keep you alive.
Right.
And another thing, it's sad. Like some of these hip hop artists and rappers, man, they promote it though.
Oh,
So you got the
Okay.
kids
absolutely, they
listening to
do.
music on one
K Still
hand,
is on
and
that.
then
K Still,
and then
K
and
Still
and,
said
and, and, and they
Yeah.
talking about,
when
you
they
know what
let
I mean?
Silk the Shocker rap. Okay.
When they,
What do you mean by that? K Still said something about Silk the Shocker.
because Silk is horrible.
Okay. Oh, they said why? Okay, so he said when they let Silk the Shocker rap. Okay.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
that's when
but
everything went downhill. That's when everything went down.
no, well, no, man. P got his foot in the door. P did what he was supposed to do. He got in and did what he had to do and got out.
Well,
I actually see an interview
yeah,
with him today. He was talking about like some of the rappers that went jump labels that left him, and he just like literally just tore the contract up. Now years down the line, he popping up and seeing on
hey,
YouTube they talking bad about it. He's like, man, what y'all gonna
Yeah.
say bad about me? I'll
nah,
let y'all go for free. I'm the
Yeah.
one lost because I put money on. I
yo,
ain't doing
that's the
nothing else
solid
about y'all no
dude.
more.
And
And
That's a
you know something
solid
else?
dude.
Not only did he do that, but
yes, he
guess
is.
what? They also got a house and they also got a Mercedes. They came with the contract. They had to. He said because he wanted them to be owners. You dig what I'm saying?
Yep.
And he says, yeah, but yeah, they coming down, Pook. I can't see them because they keep flooding down. They going downward. So I got to scroll down to see everybody. And then He said
Somebody,
something. He posted back. No, he was saying something, but then
Well,
somebody just said something else that said, I
they said
can't.
somebody
Okay.
said that the
well,
shit they doing nowadays is stronger than
It's
crack.
stronger than crack. And you right, man. And so I
yeah,
wonder
that's
what
valid.
is the turning point? How do you go back? How do you turn it back to
I
what
don't
they
think we go
doing though
back.
now?
I don't
You
think we
can't go
can
back.
go back.
I don't think me either, man. I don't think so either,
It's
bro.
just
It's
that
too far
it
gone.
is what it is. All you can do is
Yeah,
try to educate the kids that
that's it.
you are responsible for or that you love. That's all you can do, and hope that they circle back when they get about
Yeah,
2021. We know what the teen years
We got
about.
5 minutes, K
They
still.
don't.
We about to get out of here. He said what's the
yeah.
link? But no, keep going.
Oh,
But no. So this is what we doing though. And I take my hat off to my cousin Troy, man. And
well, I wasn't
PBU.
even done talking.
Po- po-
So
hold on.
kiss
I
my
said
ass.
you said hold on, listen. You saying first, Kendrick is saying that he posted a while back, but you saying we don't go back, we just take care of the ones that we love. But I want you to understand this though, before I lose my thought.
Well,
We are trying to do we're trying to get them
I had a
together
thought
and cut
too.
the hair. We trying to go back and go get the kids. You said you don't think we go back. I'm trying to tell you I think that we can go back. I think we
Well,
got to get them in a place. We got to
that's a
find a place for to go.
misunderstanding. That's a misunderstanding that you had there. What I
But
said was we can't go back in what technology is. What we can do is try to get the kids that we care about or responsible for and try to
that's
steer
what
them
I'm talking about.
back.
Now, when you said
Well,
the
that's
kids
what I
that we,
said already,
but,
though.
but hold on, you said, but
I
you're
already
saying the
said it.
kids, but no, you're saying the kids that we care about and that we're responsible for. I'm saying no. I feel like we got a duty to go back and get all kids. You got to try to reach one, even if
Okay,
you don't reach
that's
all of them.
fair.
Reach one,
Yeah,
teach
That's
one.
fair.
yeah, that's what I'm.
That's
That's where I was
fair.
going. Yeah, so
That's
I'm trying to
fair.
say we're trying to get somewhere and bring them all into a place and try to figure it out a way that we can give them something that they like, but then when we get them there, also drop the knowledge on them. You dig what I'm
The
saying?
reason
And
why I said that is that yes, if everybody takes that group of people in, right, the ones you're responsible for and the ones you care about, everybody will be fine. But we need people to start focusing on their area. Yes, there
Hmm.
will be people that fall through the cracks, and then we have to go ahead and shoulder it, and that's great. But we need everybody to try their best at this. And so if we got people on here that feel like they can do that, I mean, that's the beginning. That's how the tree gets leaves.
I think too, um, s- you might have said it a long time ago, but I mean, this statement remains true. We got babies raising babies. And so a lot of these
Of
parents
course.
don't even know how to raise a kid. You dig what I'm saying? They was kids when they had
Hmm.
their
No.
kids, and now kids is
Yeah.
partying with their parents. You dig what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
And so,
yeah.
With the
um,
grandparents
yeah,
Right, because the grandparent 35. You know what I mean? You ain't got no
and a
big mamas
half,
no more. Yeah, you ain't got too many
30,
big mamas
30,
no more, man. Like we had, we
35
used
and
to,
a
right?
half.
Right.
well,
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I
something
mean,
happened. I
I don't
just
know.
somebody was trying to give me a message and then it blocked them. I don't know who that was. I think it was CG.
I
If
don't
you
know.
can't try to get back
Well,
on here, yeah, because
we
I
got
didn't
two
mean to do
minutes
that.
anyway, so we probably need to wrap it up.
Yeah. So listen, man, we said a whole lot though. Okay, we went from
That's
from
what.
mental health to the N word to the
Hip hop.
kids to hip
Isn't
hop
that what we do,
to
though?
the
Isn't that
kids.
Yeah.
what we do?
Off the
Yeah,
cuff, man. Off the cuff, man.
And
right.
that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, and so I wanted to shout out PBU, Positive Brothers United, because they doing something. They just got the computer center for the kids. They over there making beats with them too. And Troy, you dig what I'm saying? He is doing something, you know what I mean? And yeah, somehow I messed it up, CG or CT. I messed it up somehow where I pushed the wrong button. But listen, they are doing something with the kids though. They are trying to get them together and they're trying to do something
Yeah.
positive for them. And so if anybody got something that they doing, like whether it's nonprofit or something like that, and you trying to get those kids together, you can count me in or either let us know and we're gonna post about it, man. You dig what I'm saying? Y'all got anything else?
Yeah, before I get off here, man, man, you gonna have Mr. Ribbert over there mad at me, man. I'd have sent this man this whole little trash he called me today. Hey, he's a fool, bro. Hey, he is a
Well,
Mr.
he was
Ribbert over there.
talking about goddamn T Grizzly, and I can't
Oh,
stand that damn dude offbeat rapping ass. I don't have time for that. That's garbage, and it pisses me off.
I, s-
Him and
I
that
seen
goddamn
some of them.
Blueface. Him and
Yeah,
that guy Blueface. I can't stand their ass. They
I
suck.
haven't. I haven't even heard of I mean, I heard somebody talk about it, man, but I never heard his music. I mean, I was just gonna highlight that one
No,
because I mean, I like that. And I see
I can't
that
stand
could
them.
be that could be for another day. But I mean, like the storytelling part. You know, when I told you that when you text me earlier.
Yeah, I guess.
You
I
know what I
mean,
mean?
if it's a cappella, I mean, it might as well be poems because they just go in there and drop off verses like, here, put this to some music. And they don't even mix it right. They just throw it out there and it's all off beat. And it's annoying as hell to me. Bear,
Right.
Bear, you been listening to some T Grizzly?
No, not in my lifetime. You know, you see
Hey,
what I'm
well, do
saying?
that and listen to some Blueface too. And you're going to
Yeah.
be thoroughly annoyed.
I mean, I've heard of T Grizzly. I heard that he's nice, but I haven't listened to him
Nah,
lately. I'll
and
check
it's
out some of it.
garbage.
Okay,
Damn,
but
I just
listen,
said
that's it.
it.
But that's it, man. We at the hour mark, man. Listen, we'll chop it
All
up
right.
again next week. I'm going to nap, man, and I'll see y'all brothers next week. I'll chop it up with y'all in a minute. Bald head
I'll be
nuts in effect.
around.
I love you.
PHN.
G Nice don't.
Always.
Don't even
Exactly.
worry about
One.
that. I love the people. G Nice don't.